Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about the He-Man fiasco. I have the power and all that good stuff. Hey, the studios and Hollywood in general came out. Oh, they were so happy. He-Man, Masters of the Universe, opening weekend, 30 million. Now just take a step back a little bit. It wasn't too long ago. 30 million opening box office weekend was what was expected from a throwaway comedy, you know, a Seth Rogen or Adam Sandler piece of garbage. Yeah. But now you have a movie that's well over 100 million in production costs. It makes 30 opening weekend and everybody's happy. Why? Well, let me suggest to you that it's because they already made back their production costs and profit before it even opened up in the theaters. That is how ludicrous the deals have become with streamers, selling to streamers, and VOD. Yeah, it's that lucrative. So don't cry for He-Man. That 30 million opening box office take-in, that was gravy, kids. What does all this mean for the theaters? Hey, we're going to explore all kinds of topics tonight as cinematic class is about to begin and your professor is in. Greetings, salutations, another sundry affair. I am your cinematic professor and purveyor of truth in movies. Hey, before we get started tonight, let's recognize our sponsor, the House of Fairuza Barbershop, located at the corner of Drake Road and South Park Road. We'll have more on them a little bit later, but certainly we want to say thanks for helping sponsor the show. You know, I've been reporting on the last couple of episodes about this takeover of Paramount Plus, and they're taking over Warner Brothers, and all of Hollywood, especially some of the key actors, are just having a fit. Nothing has been done yet. No radical changes have been made yet, but everybody seems to be having a knee-jerk reaction, and some of the forerunners of this knee-jerk reaction are journalists. Scott Pelley was the latest one to throw kind of a hissy fit and get himself fired from 60 Minutes, probably one of the more prestigious news shows on TV still today after all these decades. You know, I think Scott Pelley really made a jackass out of himself by doing this. He seems to think that now he can go off on his own, go onto the interwebs and become this shining beacon of whatever. You know, a couple of things to consider. Tucker Carlson and Candace Owen, remember how they started out when they went to the interwebs? And look where they're at now. Everyone's kind of making fun of them and staying away from them. So, Scott, good luck, buddy. The reaction of this takeover, considering nothing's happened, has been amazing. I'll continue to report on it. It has yet to hit Hollywood and the studios. More TV people are taking the forefront on this. But hey, let's do what we're supposed to do and get into our review, shall we? This first one up is called Seven Snipers, and it comes from the land down under. You know, Radha Mitchell is attempting, ever since the beginning of her career, to be one of the top female action stars. Now, she reminds me a little of Dina Meyer, who is, you know, someone who follows the Outtakes with Rick's real Facebook page. Yeah, I always liked Dina. I thought she really had potential to be a really strong female action star. She got a couple of roles here or there, of course. Starship Troopers was the big one for her, but her career took different paths, and she never really grasped that stereotypical role and made anything out of it. Radha Mitchell has been trying to do it for a good number of years, and her latest is 7 Snipers. Now, Radha approaches, Dina Meyer has always approached her feminine action hero warriors by still staying feminine. Radha doesn't do that. She likes to be very, let's say, mannish in her action figures, and she does her best butch, tough broad act in this movie, as she has done in other movies before. But the movie really is just a mediocre actioner. I think for insight into the background of this whole thing, we should peel back the veils of time and head back to the early Cretaceous period. Check in with the nation's first and only prehistoric film critic, Rex Reel.
Radha Mitchell plays Chris, a retired elite sniper. Mitchell came to fame with her role in Pitch Black, which also launched the career of Vin Diesel. Chris lives peacefully now on a farm with her daughter Anya, played by Annabelle Wolfe. Everything is fine until Daddy comes home and wants his child back. Daddy is the Dragon, the world's premier sniper, and is played excellently by Tim Roth. Roth is best known for his work with Quentin Tarantino, with whom he performed in 4 films. Desperate to keep her daughter in a totally female environment, Chris calls upon members of her former team, including Milk, who is played by Jon Grofed. Fans will remember him as Mr. Fantastic in the Fantastic Four series. The story is based solely on stringing together action sequences. Editor Stephanie Licorice manages this well. Andrew Conda is director of photography and has garnered nearly 40 awards for his cinematography. He is in fine form here. The story, while standard in the open reels, becomes wonky in the final chapter with a silly game between snipers to give Chris and Milk a fighting chance against the far superior Dragon. This is a movie that screams for a non-traditional ending leading to a badass sequel, but director Sandra Skerberes is more concerned with promoting the female warrior agenda, and Radha is only too compliant.
He's coming. Long live the dragon.
Mom, what's going on?
There's a man out there looking for revenge. For something that happened a long time ago.
You weren't a medic, were you?
I need ex-snipers. Our team. These people are here to help.
All ex-military, good to go.
One of us is going to be dead. Then we'll know the dragon has arrived.
Stick by your mum. Boom.
Why are you doing this?
To claim what's mine.
Together, we survive. light it up.
We are just getting started. There's a whole lot more when Outtakes with Rick's Reel continues right after this. Folks, it is summertime, and while things are heating up outside, you can keep your cool with service from the House of Fairuza Barbershop, located at the corner of Drake Road and South Park Road. Now, if your current grooming routine feels maybe just a bit too heavy for the rising temperatures, then it's time for an upgrade. Swing by the shop. You can beat the heat with a nice, cool haircut and stay sharp and look fine. We'll see you in the chair. That's the House of Fairuza Barbershop, located at the corner of South Park Road and Drake Road in Bethel Park. Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, wasn't too long ago there was a game called Hungry Hungry Hippo? When this movie came out, it sounded too good to be true. It's called Hungry. It's about a hippo. And I thought, my God, how did they make a movie out of this game? Well, they didn't. This is actually a pretty good thriller kind of creature feature type movie. Hungry follows some thrill-seeking tourists who are on a riverboat tour through the swamplands of Louisiana. Now, they go off the beaten path with a promise of an exclusive adventure, and when they do, they find themselves battling a rather angry hippopotamus. Madison Davenport plays Sistine. She's kind of the hero, the protagonist of the movie. She has worked with acclaimed filmmakers such as Robert Rodriguez and Darren Aronofsky, two of my personal favorites. She's going to be seen next in It's What's Inside, and that'll appear on Netflix. Tracy Bonner plays Dion. This is a self-centered black woman, and I'm telling you, as soon as she comes on screen, you are going to wish for her to die a very terrible death. Does she? You'll have to watch the movie and find out. Michael Krull is in this too. He plays Rodrigo. He's the symbol, if you will, of the common everyday man who does his job only to be bullied by Dion, representing the privileged victim group of the wacky left. Hey, let's find out more about this movie by once again peeling back the veils of time and go back to the early Cretaceous. Check in once more with Rick's Reel.
James Nunn is writer and director for Hungry. He did Wildcat last November. My review is still online. You can check it out. Next, he'll direct One Last Shot with Dolph Lundgren and Outtakes favorite Scott Adkins. He is in top form here, mixing tension, hatred, and fear into an impossible situation. The conclusion is formulaic and diminishes the previous action, but none must bow to the Ripley mantra.
Hey, come look at this.
What is?
It's the most dangerous animal, responsible for over 500 human deaths a year.
It's so cute.
Only cute hippo is a dead hippo.
Man-eaters.
Welcome to New Orleans.
We're not here for a long time, we're here for a good time! He has given us a discount to go see alligators in the bayou.
Oh, please, arms and legs inside the vehicle. the hell did that? Something big.
Your wound, it would need a 10-inch tooth.
Are we even supposed to be here right now?
We're off course.
You're safe as long as you stay out of the water.
I'm gonna get you out of here. Hey, we're over here! Get us out of here.
Anyone sees anything, point in the direction.
Boss. Where?
You know how it could have got here?
Holy shit. Easy, girl. Hippos are vegetarian. He ain't killing you to eat you. He's killing you for fun.
Oh, you are literally the worst tour operator.
There's a lot happening in the industry, so it's time to open up the pages of the Bizz Buzz. Well, let's start off this Bizz Buzz report with a little personal vendetta and war being held. It looks like I'm going to have to take to the front lines against YouTube, of all things. You know, we're very small on YouTube. We're not very big at all. Usually when I post a review up there, if it gets between 50 and maybe 100 views, which is child's play. I mean, you know, some of these people, they post something up and they have millions just within seconds and what have you. And we're nowhere near that, nor do I think I want to be anywhere near that. I'm happy with between 50 and 100 views. Well, somebody wasn't, because I got a text from YouTube saying that I'm a danger to society. Now, everybody who knows me knows I'm a danger to society, but they meant the YouTube society, or what they call the YouTube community. And somehow, I've been a danger. I've become a danger to the YouTube community. So I'm sitting here wondering, well, what happened? You know, so I wrote them a letter and I said, hey, what happened? You know, nothing. They didn't get back to me about anything. So I sent another message, a little more tersely worded, and said, how do my movie reviews, which have been on for, you know, over a decade, how have they proven to be dangerous to your community? I need to know so I can avoid that stuff in the future. Still nothing. And it's had an effect, because my reviews have gone from 50 to 100 all the way down to like 2 to 25 or something like that. So whatever they did, shadowing is what they call it, they shadowed me good and kind of buried everything in there. So I'm letting you know now, if you normally watch the reviews on YouTube, you're going to have to search for them yourself, because YouTube is not being friendly, which is why I'm putting a lot more emphasis on our Rumble page. And I hate to say this, because Rumble comes from Canada. You know, it's not American, but I never have a problem with Rumble. They don't censor anything. They don't, you know, they just throw it up there and let people watch it. So if you're not on the Rumble site for Outtakes with Rick's Reel, you may want to consider it, because YouTube is playing games. I'll keep you abreast of this. It is not something that I'm going to just let drop and go away. We're going to find out what's going on there, and we shall have our revenge somehow. I'm not sure yet, but shouldn't mess around with a dinosaur ever, you know, just... Hey, I know I do an awful lot of horror films on this movie. I do. And the Overlook Film Festival was held recently in New Orleans, or should I say Nolans, whichever way I want to say that. And I wanted to tell you about the 4 top films that took away awards on that. The first one, which was the overall winner for feature films, was Obsession. I'm sure many of you have heard about this already, because it went from the film festival and just, wow, it found an audience. And recently, it just passed Scream 7 as the top-grossing horror film of the year of 2026. So there you go. In case you don't know about this, it's about a hopelessly paralyzed by his unrequited crush on one of his closest friends, a lovelorn 20-something makes a wish on a mysterious novelty toy, and it turns out that wish is more of a nightmare than a dream. That's what the basis for the story is, and it's doing exceptionally well. Honorable mention for the best horror film went to Buddy. Now, Buddy is about a couple of people who get caught in a child's game, like a TV game show, and they have to fight their way out of it. It's kind of a cool idea. Never After Dark also received an honorable mention. This is about a medium, and when she does her seances and what have you for her clients, she is helped by the spirit of her dead sister. But when they get to one particular home, they find out there's something there waiting for the both of them. So that is Never After Dark. And finally, I want to mention a movie called Marama. This comes from New Zealand, and this was also the Scariest Feature Film Award. That's what it won. It's set back in the moors of 1859 North Yorkshire. It's a gothic horror tale that follows a Maori teacher who travels to the manor of a very wealthy whale hunter. She's searching for truths behind the family, and what she finds there is a whole lot more threatening than maybe some greed and corruption. So it's a Kiwi tale, and it won Scariest Feature Film of the festival. So there you have it. There's 4 that you can look up and check out. Hey, while we're here, I want to take time to thank everybody who stopped by table B11 during the Three Rivers Comic-Con. I was there with Gabriel Mastracci and his art there. Great conversations we had for the folks that stopped by. A lot of people got to buy some of the unique art that Gabe offers. And we had a really just a general good time. We were able to talk, I was able to talk with some old friends like Ron Friends and Sammy Castillo. Dennis the Werewolf guy was there too. I like him a lot. I got to get him on a show. He's kind of an interesting person. And the Pittsburgh Superheroes, who you may or may not know about, they were there as well. Hopefully we'll be talking with them in the future. If you missed us at the table, shame on you for 10 years, like Mike Lang used to say. Okay. Hey, we've done a plethora of the documentaries done by Seth Breedlove. He does his documentaries under his company Small Town Monsters, and a lot of those have been really, really good. Well, I can report to you now that Seth and his production company are now coming out with a series. Now, President Trump has made a big fanfare about releasing all of these UFO files, and they're going to be, made public. So Seth, seeing that this stuff might come out, has decided to produce a monthly series. It'll be exclusive to, of all places, YouTube, and you'll be able every month to see a new, he's amassed all this information he has on UFOs, and he's putting it into a series. So that should be kind of interesting. It'll start up with a month. It starts next month, this way you know. Okay. August is always the time for Cindy Stock, and it's coming again this year. Cindy Stock will be held August 21st and 22nd. Of course, it's out in Wexford, PA. A lot of good food out there. Tremendous, tremendous food. And some real entertaining musicians as well. This is all for the benefit of cancer, breast cancer, and making sure that women are screened. Good cause. Check them out online. I want to get one more review in here before we have to skedaddle. Some movies are made just to be silly, okay? Hold the Fort is one such movie. I must admit, I did find myself laughing pretty hard at some of this absurdity. You see, Lucas and Jenny move out of the city to a very nice country, suburban, gated community. But to Jenny's chagrin, their new house comes with an HOA. You know what an HOA is. That's a collective group of Karens. Okay? HOAs are currently the laughing stock of homeowning, and they're pretty much taken on the chin here in this movie. But this HOA is slightly different. Yes, it's filled with nerds, if you will, but it is also the only thing that stands between the residents of the community and demons from hell. The cast includes Chris Mayers, Haley Leary, and Julian Smith. It was written and directed by William Bagley. You know, this movie was featured at an awful lot of festivals and did exceptionally well, I think, because nobody expected it to be as goofy as it is. It went over real well in the festival Toronto After Dark. There's always some gems coming out of that one. It's going to be available on all digital platforms at the end of the month. Folks, again, stereotypes galore, and this movie is absolutely ridiculous, but it will give you a few laughs.
You've heard the legend of this place, right? Once a year, that portal opens up and we've got to kill whatever comes out of it or they'll destroy the neighborhood. Pretty standard HOA stuff. That clear things up?
No!
I was just stopping by to make sure you got our invitation for the party tonight.
Guessing you guys just moved in.
Yeah, yesterday, actually.
Oh, fresh meat.
All right, everyone, gather around. Thank you all for coming to this year's Equinox. We have some new neighbors. Everyone, please welcome Lucas and Jenny. This is their first Equinox party, so let's hope they survive.
What? I'm sorry, what?
What are we doing? Do we shoot them?
That dude exploded on me.
Okay, to be fair, people typically don't die. McScruffy was late, the portal opened early. It's just one of those years.
Werewolf! I know! We shouldn't have even moved here. So you take me for one an HOA to begin with.
Say, that is all the time we have for this episode, and it's going to be a while before I talk to you again. Bit of a vacation coming up now, but you can check online where I still will be posting reviews for some movies, including one you do not want to miss called Affection. It's a sci-fi thriller, and it is good. I also have a MMA movie coming up that's pretty enjoyable called Beast. And Rod Laurie is back in war with a movie called Lucky Strike. And once again, he's teaming up with Scott Eastwood. Those will all be online while we have a little vacation from the studio. I want to say a very happy birthday to America. We're now 250 years old. There's some great celebrations that are planned. I plan to partake of a good number of them, and I hope you're able to do so too. Enjoy America's birthday time with your family and friends. And now that you have learned what you have learned, here endeth your lesson.